I'm someone who, even though I am always laughing, sometimes I'm also sad inside. So I'm one of those people. I'm laughing, but inside there's a part of me that's sad. My name is Anne Marie, and I am living love consciously. Maybe this has happened to you, where you're laughing, everything seems to be okay on the outside, but inside there's a hint, a lot of sadness. In my case, it's some sadness. And like I said before, maybe you're feeling that way right now. Maybe this is something you've experienced in the past. So I'm here to tell you that you can have balance, that happiness doesn't have to be all-encompassing, that sadness doesn't have to be all-encompassing, that the two can exist together, especially when life is really extreme. You need that balance. And what do I mean by extreme? You get extreme negativity in the news, you get extreme burnout from work, you get extreme dedication of your time to others, you get extreme situations where you just don't have the time to have a moment to yourself, and the world just seems out of balance. It seems like everywhere you look, there's something causing a stressor, there's something causing some level of anxiety inside of you. And because it's extreme, because you may have multiple things going on, it's hard to find that balance. It's hard to find moments of quiet. It's hard to find moments where it's just you trying to focus on you, trying to do what you need to reset, to re-energize your world so that you can be okay, right? There's nothing wrong with being okay. So how can you feel joy when things are extreme and feel heavy in the world? And so that also is in you. How do you manage that? Well, in my opinion, you do it by being intentional. By being intentional in what you give your attention to, the thoughts that come into your head, by having kindness for yourself, and by being compassionate and patient with yourself. Because when you allow those things, that means you're going to be more kind to the world, you're going to be more compassionate to the world, and you're going to have more patience. So exercise those things for yourself. For example, when I'm extremely overwhelmed, and actually my bubble of life, I'm very burned out in certain aspects of my life where it feels like I have no time to rest. It feels like I'm always on. And no matter what I do, I can't set those boundaries because I really have no control over the situation. And somebody, if I tell them the complete situation, or even if you've been watching my videos for a while, you can guess the situation. They can say to me, well, you can leave, you can walk away, you don't have to deal with this, you don't have to, just for an example, you don't have to live here, you don't have to work here, you don't have to be in this relationship. But I do, because I have commitments, I have responsibilities. And so if I'm not going to be one of those person who runs away from my troubles, or who runs away from challenges, or who puts myself in a victim mode, then I have to find solutions on how to deal with those things when I'm overwhelmed. So going back to the being present, being intentional in my thoughts, that's what I do. Because there are a lot of things I just don't have any control over. But what I do have control over is my approach to the situation, the recycling of the thoughts that I have. Do they empower me, or do they put me in a victim for example, like I could sit here and say, you know what, I should have made, and I have done it, I should have made different choices. If I had done this differently, if I had done that differently, then maybe my life wouldn't be as screwed up or as challenging as it is. Maybe it would be like that other person whose life seems to be perfect on the internet, or whose life seems to be perfect at work, or whose life seems to be perfect in my friend group. And maybe if I had made other choices, life would be much easier. I don't know. So playing the maybe game is just going to overwhelm you more. It's just going to, in my experience, just dig you deeper into a hole. And that hole can become so dark or so deep that you forget who you are. You forget that you do have things to be grateful for. And you do have things that you can be happy about. All right, so when you dig yourself in that hole, what do? I acknowledge my feelings. I say, all right, Anne-Marie, okay, yes. You could have made different choices, but you made this choice and you're here now. So what do? What do? Well, I start to be compassionate with myself and then say things like, you know what? Like I said before, you could have made different choices, Anne-Marie, but this is the choice that you've made. So now let's find a solution. Yes, could things be different? Maybe. Could things be worse? Maybe. Could things be better? Maybe. But what about right now? What can you do right now to make your situation better and to make it so that you don't feel stuck in the maybe world? I know this is going to be cheesy for some of you, but for me, it works. I tell myself, hey, I love you. You're doing okay. And you will find solutions to this situation to move forward. And I say it a few times until I believe it. Sometimes I just say it in my head. Sometimes I go to the mirror and look at myself and I just keep repeating it. Because other times I've said some horrible things to myself. Horrible. And it was not helpful. All it did was dig me into the hole deeper and deeper. And it was just sad. And I was like, this is not the life that I want to live. I have one life here. I don't know if, there's a lot of stuff about reincarnation and all this and traps and all that. I don't know any of that. What I do know is I have this life right now and I have to make the best of the situation. That's it. So, Anne-Marie, I love you. You're doing fine. We are going to find solutions to get you out of this situation. That's what I say to myself. We're going to find solutions to get you out of this situation. I'm going to find a solution to get out of this situation. I'm going to find a solution to make this situation better. Whatever you need to say to believe in yourself. And usually when I start to believe it, there's something that lights up in my chest area. I feel the energy and I'm like, yeah, girl, you got this. And for you might be like, yeah, man, I got this. Whatever the situation is. And then I make sure that I step away from the situation. How do I do that? Again, we go back to being present. I hang out with my son. I make sure I'm present. He is into coloring now. I'm into coloring. So I zone into that. For you, it might be something else. But it is just about enjoying the moment that you're in. And other things like exercise. Like in the exercise, you zone out. You just focus on you doing the exercise. If you're like very technical, you focus on that technical aspect. And it takes you away from the maybes. It takes you away from thinking and recycling the same negative energies that may be digging you into that hole deeper and deeper, right? Because we want to keep that hole shallow. We want to keep it like you still can see the sunlight, right? You can peek your head out and say, okay, there's a lot of things for me to be grateful for. Exercise is really great and it keeps you fit. And I need to be fit because I'm a mom, I'm an older mom, and I want to be here for as long as possible with my son. So those are the things. You find things that bring you joy. And think about it for you, like right now in this video, take a moment to think about what brings you joy. What are the things that give you peace, that puts you in a space of peace, that puts you in a space where the quiet times are not times of where you're punching yourself and making yourself feel bad, but where you're like lifting yourself up, man, where you're, what's the word that the kids use now? Where you, God, I see it all the time. I'm gonna blow you up. I can't remember the word, but I'm gonna elevate yourself. Like, you got this. You're doing great. You've lost some weight. You're eating better. You have a really cool little kid who calls you mommy and who loves you, and you love him, and you have a really great partner, and you have a cute little family, and they're yours, and you love them, and nothing else matters. And so enjoy that moment. By doing this and keeping present, you balance those extremes of the outside world, the constant, this problem, that problem, this situation, this, that, blah. It's like, whoa. Can I get a minute? And then you also limit the amount that you allow from the outside world into personal space, into your peace, right? So you become very protective of your peace. And sometimes for me, I become so protective of my peace that people will make fun of me of like, oh, you're ignorant. You don't know what's going on in the world. I know what's going on in the world. It hasn't changed that much from when I wasn't paying attention to when I am paying attention. It's like somebody's fighting, somebody's, doing this, somebody's doing that. And there's aggression, there's power struggles, there's money struggles. It's all the same thing. Like, I'm aware of what I need to be aware of, and I keep it moving. That's it. If I consume too many things on the internet, as much as I also want you to watch this video, I want you to like it, I want you to share it, but there's a part of me who also is like, I don't want you on here all the time because it's not good for you. I want you to be hanging out with your friends, hanging out with your family, hanging out with people that elevate you. And if I'm one of them, go ahead. But real life people matter more than this internet person that you're seeing. All right, so just remember that. And I'm not judging anyone who's all about the internet, but real life people matter more than the internet, okay? And everything on the internet is not true. It's not. That's all. That's okay. So just be mindful of that. So by balancing those extremes of your inner and your personal world, you limit what you expose to, and it becomes more precious to you. So what I want you to come away with is that how you approach the situation is what's going to save you from the extremes of the world. It's what's going to put you in a space of balance, in a space where you can manage the lows and you can revel in the highs, and you can remember to be compassionate, to be kind, and to be patient with yourself, because sometimes this doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes the heaviness lasts a couple of days, sometimes it lasts long, but just be mindful that you don't let your emotional challenges overwhelm you so much, like I said before, so much that the hole is so deep that you forget there is light, or you don't see the light, or that you forget that you can dig yourself out of it. At the end, I realized that you can hold happiness together with sadness. And there's a quote by F. Fitzgerald. I'm going to butcher it a little bit, which says something like, the ability to hold opposing ideas in the mind and still have the ability to function in the world is first-rate intelligence. So just remember that. You have the ability to hold opposing ideas and still function in the world. and still be happy, and still know that sadness exists in the world, because there are people going through terrible things, and you might be one of them, but you still can find happiness in the world. All right? Remember that you are loved and you have support. All right? Let me know, how do you deal with the sadness? How do you deal with trying to balance what's going on in the world, what's going on in your inner world? How do you manage those situations? Do you have moments of gratitude? That's another thing. Be grateful. And I know it sounds cheesy and you probably heard it before, but being grateful. Like, I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful, despite the challenges that I'm having at work, that I have a place that I can earn money to put a roof over the head of my child and my family, to help those in need when I can. That is something that not everyone can do. And I wish there was another way for me to do it where I didn't have to be burned out. But again, like I said to myself earlier, and you can say to yourself, you will find a solution. You will find a solution, and I will find a solution. Leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you again. Take care of yourself. Bye. Love you.